They'll take a look over there, as Kyle did. Holes that go in two different directions. The opening hole goes right to left. Number 10 goes left to right.
Gives another look over to hole 1. You can see jackets, long sleeves, the Marshall there with the hood up. It is a chilly, brisk morning, but that will change quickly as the sun will burn off some of that cloud cover. Should get to about 73, 74 today, but a chilly start for that opening 7 a.m. tee time.
It looks like Stanley's going to go with driver.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 7 o'clock tee time. From Gig Harbor, Washington, welcome KyleStanley.
Reliable. Putting the ball in the fairway. Really good ball striker.
Currently 87th in the FedEx Cup standings. The 10th hole, 400 yards, par 4.
Second to play from Midwest City, Oklahoma, welcome Taylor Gooch.
Taylor having a nice year, Billy, up to 55 in the FedEx Cup standings.
Good player. He's actually positioned himself on just more than a couple occasions to get that first win on the PGA Tour. But I think this is a club you're going to see a lot today from the players. Three-word lesson driver, positional.
Playing third in this group from Simiac, France, welcome Victor Perez.
I'll tell you, Billy, this is a guy that I think we need to put a highlighter around. Really good player, doesn't play in the U.S. a lot, but the times I've seen him, he seems to be the entire package.
As you said, really good player, really good golf swing. Everything very calculated, very meticulous in his setup, but powerful.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was part of the story this week. He is that kind of player. If you haven't heard of him, he's the real deal, and he will hit from that first cut of rough. We are underway at the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
Position perfectly, Ryan. Trying to get to this back right hole location. You can see up there, 142 yards. And that's the receptiveness that I was talking about. We didn't see that last year. Now, the wind out of the northwest, you know, you're going to be playing back into it, so you should be able to stop it. But
this will be an interesting test for Perez out of this first cut. How much spin can he get on it?
I think he can get a pretty good amount. Is simply in that step cut of rough. Contact is usually pretty good. And there you go.
So Perez will have for a birdie at the 10th, his first of the day. Starting on the 10th, a little bit of an advantage because, just you said, 400, a lot of different club selection you can choose to take off the tee. KyleStanley got a nice bounce and now has this.
Yeah, just 115 yards. Trying to take advantage of the aggressive play off the tee. There you go. Flag high. Good looking birdie.
And that for sure something we did not. I think we saw a little backup there, Billy. I mean, that's what.
You know, from here where Gooch is putting from, he come up onto a little bit of a plateau, and speed was good. A little bit of a misread, obviously.
Now that's another thing that kind of caught my attention is just how alarming they are running spicy.
Indeed, they are. And when you start looking at the golf courses, and you know, when we would come to Florida, you know, you would go to this transition from Poana to the Bermuda and overseed and all that. The agronomics today are so good that they can really kind of give the player that it's much of a jump. Good putting stroke here, Ryan. I mean, everything's so solid. You see the head just stays so steady.
He does everything well. Like I said, I think Perez is, for a guy that for sure hasn't played much in the U.S., is a really sound player all the way through the bag. You think about Bay Hill, probably in the last decade, they've redone the greens a couple times trying to get it right. How much of an impact does that have?
anytime you redo the greens, you're always going to go through a period of time to where the greens are firm, and that's what the players experienced last year. That especially on the back nine, the greens were very firm, and it takes a while for the maturation process of new greens to get to where there's a consistency in the golf ball reacting the same way. KyleStanley, I mean, this is a really good look right here. Not a whole lot of break in this.
Electing to go with the pin in. And it is a par all the way around. If Gooch can, he's got a little work left to do, but we'll give Stanley the par as he taps in.